Korea's largest serial murder case. The incident was made into a movie and became a huge hit. 20 women were killed, but he testified that he had killed 26 people. His name is Yoo Young-chol. He was born on April 18, 1970, and he had twin sisters. His father used to abuse his family and use violence, and his father eventually divorced his mother. He grew up with his father and stepmother until his first year of middle school, as his mother only took his twin sister out of the house. However, as his father's violence continued, he ended up living with his mother. When he was 18 years old, he was imprisoned in a juvenile detention center on charges of breaking into the house next door and stealing a guitar. As an adult, he yearned for the police and took tests to become a police officer. However, he also committed crimes by pretending to be a police officer because of the knowledge he gained during the test. When he turned 22, he married a massage helper. Over time, a son is born between them. However, he couldn't stop stealing, and he ended up in prison for 14 special thefts and sexual assaults. In prison, his wife filed for divorce, and his wife took custody. From then on, he developed an anti-inflammatory disorder. He believed that there was no God and developed a strong rage against the church. There was also misogyny, antisocial personality, and wealthy hatred. Having lost his reason for life, he decides to kill people until he is alive and is released from prison. He spent most of his 20th in prison. The period is almost 8 years. In the process, he gained knowledge of many crimes, and after he was released from prison in 2003, he lived in his mother's house and practiced murder. At first, he stabbed the dog, but when he didn't die quickly, he even made his own murder tool. September 24, 2003. He broke into a family home in Seoul and killed Lee and his wife, an honorary professor at the university, with a blunt instrument. October 9, 2003. He infiltrates into the house of Kim, a parking attendant in a shopping mall in Seoul, and hits and kills his husband, his wife, his mother, and his son 34 times with a blunt weapon. October 16, 2003. He breaks into a detached house on the second floor of Seoul and kills Choi and his wife with a blunt weapon. November 18, 2003. He broke into a 2-story detached house in Seoul, killed the landlord and his housekeeper with a blunt instrument, and set fire to a safe to destroy evidence. The landlord's grandson, who was just born on the scene, was almost suffocated by a blanket, but he managed to save his life. March 2004. He killed a massage helper with a blunt weapon at his home in Seoul. April 14, 2004. He lures and kills a woman who is a street vendor in a mart in Seoul with his van. The body is dumped on a remote island. April to July in 2004. He killed 11 massage assistants in his home. In the early days of his crime, he used the method of illegally entering other people's homes and wielding blunt weapons to kill them. But in the second half, he mainly used the method of bringing massage assistants into his home and destroying the body after killing. He is wanted because he was exposed to closed-circuit television in residential areas, so he seems to have committed passive crimes in fear. He deliberately called in massage assistants from various companies to prevent his crimes from being discovered. And he used several cell phones to avoid revealing his phone number. But as the women continued to disappear, the massage parlors reported him, and on July 18, 2004, he was arrested. First he is arrested, and under investigation, he uncouples and runs away. Then he goes back to his house and cleans the murder scene. On July 19, he went to a pharmacy to buy sleeping pills and was eventually arrested again. After his arrest, he was arrested and indicted on August 13th, and 20 people were convicted of murder. He states that he ate the liver of a body he killed 4 times at the time of his arrest. As for the reason for eating human flesh, he testified that his mind becomes clear and his body gets better after eating. When the police asked why he killed only a small woman, he replied, "A tall woman put her body in a bathtub after cutting it up, and it's hard to clean up after killing a fat woman." He also says he would have killed about 100 people within this year if he had not been caught by the police. He was sentenced to death on December 13th. However, since December 30, 2007, it has been a de facto death penalty and has not been executed. He is now serving a life sentence.